Happy game day. It is the Fight for the Floyd of Rosedale trophy. I'm Travis Justice. He's Ross Peterson. And Ross, this is the game I look forward to every single year. I think of all the Iowa games growing up that I really look forward to. It was always Floyd of Rosedale.
Can you explain to me why? Is it the cool trophy?
No, I don't know what it was, and I'll go back to like the '80s, the early '80s seasons, like 81, 80. For some reason, as a kid, that trophy and just the story behind it and what it looked like, and maybe it was because that was a border rivalry, just stuck with me. So this, of all the games, I look at this one as the rivalry game for me. This is the Iowa rivalry game for me. I lost you. I can't hear you now. You were there? I can hear you.
Yeah, something happened. I got a phone call in the middle of that. Am I back now?
Yeah, you're back now.
Yeah, the phone started to ring there. We'll get to that phone call in a little bit. Okay, so I also wonder, Travis, if it isn't that there was success there, that the Hawkeyes had success over Minnesota during that time, and that's why you look forward to this rivalry also. That's a weird one to me, that Minnesota's the one that kind of has a special place. The trophy is cool. I love the trophy. My only real memories, like when you ask me, what do you think of when you think of Iowa, Minnesota? I think of Iowa drubbing Minnesota. I don't think of the slugfest that we've had with Wisconsin. I don't think of, the back and forth, even though lately it hasn't been that way with Nebraska. Nebraska has had wins. Minnesota just is. I've been up there when it's been drubbings. I've been up there when it's just been boring games. I think of Hawkeye fans taking down their goalposts and trying to take them out of the Metrodome.
That's classic, though, isn't it?
That's one of the greatest moments in sports, in my opinion. That's just such a great own. So it's fascinating to me. Now, all of that said, Travis, I don't know how I feel about this game. I mean, Iowa has been so hard to pin down these last couple of weeks. Obviously, the storyline is going to be Alex Padilla and how well he performs and how well this offense. What does it look like? Does it have more momentum? Can it get off the skids a little bit? That's going to be the storyline today. I don't think that's what decides today's game, but it's the one we're going to talk about the most.
It's interesting about, and I bet the game today. I bet the over. I got it at 37. I just sat there and said, you know what? I think both teams, I know it's a defensive battle. I know Minnesota's strong point, but 37 just seemed kind of low for me, so I went ahead and took the over at 37. What do you think of that?
Wow, I don't think that was a smart bet, but we'll see.
I also took Kansas at plus 2,000 just for the hell of it.
How's that going for you?
I don't know. I would put $5 on that, but at plus 2,000, it pays $100.
Why not? So. Right? Yeah. Why not? Travis. Let's start first with the good, and I think that is Iowa's defense and this Minnesota offense, which is running on so many different injuries. But we've thought this before. I mean, like a couple weeks ago, going into the Wisconsin game, I would have said the same thing about Minnesota's offense that I would say about Wisconsin's. Make the quarterback beat you, and that can't happen. So we're going to be good. We're going to be good in this game. I don't know that. I've seen this team be that inconsistent, and I know that Minnesota has. They got a couple of weird losses on their schedule, but they've also beat some. Their wins are not against good football teams. So
yeah, and that's the key. And they're down to like their fourth and fifth running backs, right? Yep. I mean, they're so depleted at running back right now. Kyle says, "What about having Riley Moss back?" Oh. Good to have Riley Moss back because he's your leader in interceptions, but he's got a brace on his knee. And Ed was just talking about it on the pregame. So it's good to have him back, and that's a strong point on defense. We'll see how productive he can be. He's been out for 3-4 weeks now, and he got a brace. Don't expect him to be right back at 100% Riley Moss.
Travis, that's good. That's a good way to kind of curb that, and I think you're right about that. But Kyle, to answer your question, that's exciting. I'm excited to have Riley Moss back. I do think he's been a big loss. I don't think he's been the reason they've lost. I'm not sure if he's in the game that they win the last that they beat Penn State and Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Purdue and Wisconsin. But I do think it would have obviously helped, and I'm glad to have him back.
Jesse says, today we're going to learn who Alex Padilla is. And you and I have had some good – you're right. It's a different situation, but they're going to set him up for as much success as he can. Don't expect Alex Padilla to come in and just, freestyle. That's not going to happen.
I think what Travis is saying, Jesse, is we'd like to just amend your comment a little bit, and I think you'd agree with this. Today, we're going to learn who Alex Padilla is under the Iowa offense.
Yes.
So Alex Padilla might. We all see the same things. What are we hoping for? We're hoping to see Alex Padilla be a lot more mobile, keep plays alive, and by the way, not just keep plays alive and then do something, do good things. Because if he gets outside of the pocket when the pocket collapses and he throws interceptions, it's all for naught. Then the mobility hurts us as Hawkeye fans. If he gets outside of the pocket, keeps the play alive, and hits Sam Laporta like he did that first game against he came in the last minutes against Purdue, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, maybe. I think.
Was it Purdue or
Wisconsin?
These games run into one another.
It was Wisconsin because that was when Petrus got hurt. So hopefully that's what we see, right? I think that the amendment should just be, we're going to see what Alex Padilla can do under this Iowa offense.
It's been a crazy day in college football already. Oklahoma has gone down to defeat. They lost to Baylor. That will eliminate the Big 12 from playing for a national title. So the Big 12 is now out of the college football playoff. I don't see any path for the Big 12 to get there because Oklahoma was sitting there at 8 anyway. Baylor was 12, but I don't think Baylor can get up in that top 4 even if it were to win out. Mississippi State is come roaring back against Auburn. They're now up 42-28, actually make it 43-28. Mike Leach working his magic in Starkville. So it's been a crazy day. We hope for a little stability, and that's an Iowa win, which will be number 8 on the year if they could get one. So with 2 to play, crazy. You're still talking about a possible 10-win season here.
I mean, Travis, this has been a really good football team. I mean, we forget that a month ago we were the number 2 team in the country, and we were talking about these all this pie in the sky stuff. And there's 2 losses against, by the way, 2 teams that have turned out to be pretty darn good and able to beat really good football teams over the last couple of weeks. And now we're watching Penn State and Michigan battle it out, and the Hawks have a win over that team. So, a lot to talk about tonight. I can promise you that, man. The quarterback change always makes for a fun call-in show.
It really does. So if you're getting hungry right now, order Jethro's as we speak. Go to jethrosdesmoines.com.
Why isn't Roberts gone to get us Jethro's yet? What are you doing in there, Sean?
He's just sitting over there. He's watching college football and the food's coming at 3. The food's coming at 3. So just calm down. I've got ribs coming. You've got ribs coming. And my always favorite jalapeno corn. He's Ross Peterson. I'm Travis Justice.
I don't have a lot of reserves, man. When I get hungry, I go down. I'm out, baby.
Well, I'll pick you back up, all right? I'll pick you back up. We will talk to you at the end of the first quarter. Hawks, Gophers, getting ready to start on News Radio 1040 WHO. And don't forget Soundoff tonight from 7:30 to 10:30. It's going to be a fun one. As Ross said, it always is with a quarterback change. We'll see you.